You know what's fun? Puppies. Water slides. Puppies on water slides. You know what isn't fun? Thinking about the climate change-induced end of the world. And being told it's your fault. And that the problem is so massive that it'll take the cooperation of all of humanity to avoid the collapse of basically everything we hold dear. Watch the news about climate change. It's the opposite of fun. If you ever find yourself feeling like this, you can do what I do. Look inside yourself and talk with your inner climate conscience. And my climate conscience looks like Al Gore.
Hey, Joe, are you having climate trouble again?
Yeah, I am. I'm getting kind of tired of hearing just bad news all the time. It's kind of hopeless and frankly depressing, and I feel like there has to be some other way we can talk about this.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of hope. Don't despair. Despair is just another form of denial. It can be paralyzing. We do actually have solutions to the climate crisis now. We just have to implement them.
I feel like we've been talking about that for a long time, since you had brown hair. In 2006, your first movie came out, and CO2 levels were, if I remember correctly, 382 parts per million.
Right.
Now they're at like 410 parts per million.
Yeah.
I feel like CO2 levels just keep going up and up. Tell me there's something else going on there.
There is something else going on. For the last 3 years in a row, global emissions have stabilized. Emissions in the US have been going down. In Europe, they've been going down. In China, they've been going down. India just announced that in only 13 years, 100% of all their new cars and trucks are going to have to be electric vehicles. That's more than we're doing. We need to make a lot more progress more quickly, but we're beginning to turn the corner.
So that's great. I never hear about that. But then I heard something else the other day, that greenhouse gases that we've already released, they trap the equivalent of 400,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs worth of extra heat in the atmosphere every single day. I mean, 2016 was the hottest year ever. 16 of the hottest years on record happened in the last 17 years. The streets melted in India a couple years ago. Dang it. Sorry, I got a little worked up there. Let's try this again. Deep breath. So, enough about A-bombs. We hear a lot about renewable energy, and that's a great solution that we all would love to see come, but it always seems like something that's promised someday.
Well, it's actually here now. And the good news is that the cost of electricity from solar has been coming down incredibly fast. It's almost like the way computer chips came down in cost, and cell phones and flat screen TVs. There was a contract signed just 2 weeks ago in Arizona for electricity from solar panels at a price that is less than half the price from producing electricity from fossil fuels. Last year, almost 3/4 of all the new electricity generation here in the U.S. came from solar and wind, and virtually none of it came from coal. But in countries like Chile, for example, where they have a lot of sunshine on the high plateaus, they have just blown the lid off. They are developing and building solar farms so fast. They're really setting records every single month now.
That's another thing I never hear about. But then I do think about the fact that the oceans have soaked up 90% of this extra heat energy, and all of that extra heat made Typhoon Haiyan the most powerful storm of all time. I mean, 4 million homeless in the Philippines. Now we have rain bombs? I mean, 15 times as much water as the Mississippi flowing through the atmosphere. And rising sea levels? I mean, Miami's flooding in broad daylight. God, did it again. God, keep it together, Hanson. I'm back. Al, don't leave, please.
Hey, Joe. Sorry.
Oh.
I just had to get a cup of coffee.
There's a million things that I would rather do than sit around and feel anxious. This is just, feels like it's getting to be too much.
Yeah, it can feel that way at times, but put your mind on the hope that's out there. We're going to solve this. We're going to solve it. We've got to solve it in time, but we got to get started now and pick up the momentum.
We've got to be realistic about the risks of climate change and make sure people understand that. But sometimes the more you warn people about something, for some of them, the less they want to pay attention. They want to actually turn away from it rather than take a good hard look at it.
Yeah, it's true, but we have the ability to rise above those limitations. We've done it in the past. all the struggles that humanity has confronted, some people were tempted to despair and get paralyzed by fear. But we have to fight through that, keep focused on the long-term goal, and we'll get there.
You know what? I actually feel better. Thank you, climate conscience Al Gore. And you know what we say?
Stay curious.
Former Vice President Al Gore has more to say about climate change in his new film, An Inconvenient Sequel. There's also a book, which is like a movie made of paper. More info down in the description.